because see, these thing we will be using into the deployment. So please remember, when we talk about IP, I said it is of two type. One we can say public and private. So if I'll make here public IP, public IP. So public, further it is becoming of two type. One we used to say static. Static is nothing, it's a fix. And dynamic, which is changeable. Dynamic, which is changeable, which is changeable. And second side, we do have private IP address, which is again of two type, static and dynamic, right? So again, it is fixed and it is changeable. So both are you need to understand when I say public is reachable from the internet. Let's say it is internet. So it is reachable from the internet. Whereas if again internet is this one, so from internet private is not reachable. Private is not reachable. That is the definition of public and private. And static is fixed and dynamic is changeable. So for public IP address which should be fixed, we are using elastic IP address, and this is auto assigned. This is auto assigned, auto assign, guys. And when we say private IP address, it should be in our own deployment. You should do your own deployment for it. This we are purchasing. Public we are purchasing, but private we are doing with our own deployment. And under the private IP, we do have static and dynamic. If you need to use static IP in the cloud, you have to use an IC card that you sometime we used to call ENI, Elastic Network Interface. And with this interface, you need to select your VPC, means network. You need to select your subnet. Along with that, you can assign one IP manually, one IP address to the machine if you need to give. So you can assign manually you can assign. And whenever we are talking about the private IP, and it should be dynamic, so for that we are using DHCP protocol, DHCP, dynamic host control protocol, to distribute the IP addresses to all the system. Here in the cloud you will be using DHCP option set. We used to call the same, the name is quite different only, DHCP option set. Now this DHCP option set will distribute the IP addresses to all the systems. Dynamically if you need, you can use this DHCP option set. Manually if you need, you can go back to your ENI, Elastic Network Interface, and you can assign one IP address here to the machine, to ENI, and further you can attach with the machine. I hope it is clear to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And now if you see, when we say private IP address and public IP address, so when we talk about public IP address, we used to purchase. We used to purchase it. Purchase it. Once you will purchase it, so it will give you a either what type of IP you are purchasing. You can purchase dynamic or static both, but the purpose is internet here. Purpose is internet. That is what we are using the public IP. Whenever we are talking about private IP, so private IP is all about deploying a complete local network. You can deploy a complete local network. Now once you deploy the complete local network, you can divide, you can do whatever you want, right? So here one IP is enough. Here one IP is enough. Here uh, you can take the range while deploying the network, right? This is what the two different stuff we do have. Further, in the private IP address, there are few standard. You can use anyone, but there are few standard that we used to follow as per the class. If you are using A class IP or B class IP or C class of IP, so we are using this IP. This IP, sorry. This won't be here. Sorry. It will be here. 10.0.0.02, 10.255.255.255, and B class 172.168.0.0 to 172.168.255.255, and C class 192.168.0.0 to 192.255, you can say .255.255. These all are the private IP range which generally we are using in our deployment. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now I'll summarize this. I'll summarize and then I'll bring the labs to you. Second is network concept. So now here only we will not summarize immediately. We will go ahead with the lab. We will be keep learning somewhat more with the lab and then I'll try to summarize. So guys, when we talk about VPC, again it is a virtual private cloud that we can create in the AWS where we can launch the resource. So it is a virtual network that allow you to launch AWS resource, and it's up to you how exactly you are creating. It is up to you. It is just similar to traditional network as we are doing. And if you talk about traditional topology, so when in traditional topology we used to say isolated network, so you can create in the cloud as a Amazon VPC as your isolated. If you divide that network, you will get the network segment. Here you can call it subnet. Both are subnet. Here we are using a firewall separate. Here you can use NACL network access control list. This you can use as a firewall, and then here for server you can use additional server. Here we are using EC2 instance for the server. Now let's say when we are creating a VPC, three things will create with the VPC itself, will get created with the VPC itself. What I said, if you create a VPC, three things will get created with the VPC. What all are those things? First, one route table will get created. Second, DHCP option set will get created. Third, network ACL will get created. Once you create a VPC, at the same time these three things will get created. The purpose of these three things is so simple. The purpose of network ACL is of security. It will filter the traffic whatever you want to allow throughout the network, in between of network or outside of the network. It is all about filtering technique of the network. So you will be able to filter the traffic. It means it is just for network security. DHCP option set, as I have told you, it will use to distributes the IP addresses to the resource. If you have created the network, you got some range of IP. Now those IP should get assigned to all the machines. So DHCP option set will distribute the IP addresses to the DHCP option set will distribute the IP addresses to the system. Route table is all about the connectivity, means how you are going to connect to other network or internet or wherever you want to go. by your network. You have created a network here. Let's say this is your network. Now how this network will have the inbound and outbound, how the network will be reachable from another network, or what all are the routes you are allowing there. So entire the related routes you will be having route table. Whenever we are saying router, whenever you say router, router means nothing. It is just about the route table. Router is a physical device, but in the cloud you will not get router in the as a physical. You will get route table at place of router. Is it clear, guys? This part is clear to everyone.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
uh, 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 when we are creating a VPC, when we are creating a VPC at the same time will get created, that we will check once it will get created. Now there is one small comparison that has been given between your LAN and AWS VPC. So as we are using a LAN, and then we are using multiple router and switches here to communicate, like the same in VPC also you can do. It is just identical with the LAN topology as we are performing here also. Let's say this is the AWS VPC you have created. In the VPC you do have two subnet. This is public subnet, this is private subnet, and this is your route table. This thing I'll tell you, route table and other stuff. So as here you have created like the same, this is the router, this is entire your one network. In this network, this is one segment, this is another segment. It is just same as it is. And if you are communicating, if you are communicating one network to another network, so that feature has been given also here. Let's say locally you do have this network, you can give network 1, this is another network, network 2. Locally if you need to communicate, we are using router. But in cloud, let's say this is one network called VPC1, this is another network called VPC2. So if you need to communicate this one VPC to another VPC, that time you will be using a service called VPC peering. You can use VPC peering here. One network you can peer with another network, right? This is what it has been given into the cloud. The picture has been given here. This is one VPC, this is another VPC. This is into US West 2, this is into US East 1. So this VPC you can peer. So this can be a separate LAN, this can be a separate LAN, this both you can connect with the WAN also. This is the same configuration. And then it is telling network management. So network management, basically it is a model which will represent how data is managed, how applications are hosted in the network. So there are two types, one is client to client server and peer to peer. These two model we are using, client server model and peer to peer model. So these model are very simple in the understanding. When we say client server model, so you can see the data management and application hostings are centralized at server. Either if you need to do the data management plus application hosting, both will be on the server, and this is the server. Now user will send the request. User means client. Client will send the request to get the access of the data which are there into the server. As you can see, as per this image, if you see, so here there are multiple client 1, client 2, client 3. They are connected with the switch and their request is going to the server, right? And server will respond to them. Server will give them application pages, or server will give them data. Now when we say peer to peer model, so now here in the peer to peer, each system, you can say each computer or each server or each system will have their own data plus application both. Each one will have their own data, own data plus application data, or data plus D plus P, data plus application, sorry, D plus A. Okay, so here in the peer-to-peer, each node has its own data in application. It is responsible for its own management and security, and it will communicate to other also. This kind of peering we can call peer-to-peer. You can also share the data among each other, but here everybody will be taking their own part. Then we do have network protocol. There are two types of network protocol comes. One's used to be TCP, and the second one used to be UDP. And uh, you can see these network protocols will define some of rules and transferring or transmitting data between devices on a network. So how you are transferring the data and what all are that rules is nothing but network protocol. So these two protocol we are using. One will be your connection oriented protocol and the other one will be connection less protocol. So you can differentiate with a single example. If you talk somebody on call, so first of all you call and then this person will receive the call. You will say hello from here. He will also say, once after listening he will say hello, and then after, once the connection is stabilized, then people are talking. Mr. A can talk to Mr. B, right? You all know. So this is what, once the connection will stabilize, then the data sharing will start. The second example, this is TCP. The second example is UDP, user datagram protocol. Now, in this is transmission control protocol. In UDP, what will happen? It is a connectionless protocol. As we are sending something, some letter through the courier, you send the letter, you are not responsible for it now. Whether it will reach there or it will not reach, even you don't know. So this kind of communication is connectionless, this connection oriented. One is TCP and the other one is UDP. This is connection oriented, and here you can see it is a protocol that stabilizes a connection first. It waits for a response. It will create session between and sender and receiver, and then you can use for synchronous communication as we are doing on phone call. Connectionless, you will send a message from one endpoint to other without ensuring whether the destination is available or not for receiving the data. It does not have session in between of sender and receiver. This comes under asynchronous communication. And those protocols are TCP and UDP. TCP is connection oriented, UDP is connectionless. This is what it has been given. This is the handshake model. First of all, who will send what? So host A will send a sync message to host B, and then B will send a sync message after acknowledge, and then B will again get acknowledged. Means A will send a message, synchronized message to B, and then B will send a synchronized message along with the acknowledge to A, and then A will say I have acknowledged. So the three-step handshake will stabilize the communication or connection, which is not there in the UDP. It has lower overhead, it is faster than the TCP because it is not taking responsibility of delivering the data. It's connectionless. It does not take your guarantee that your data will get delivered at the destination. So this
Sir,
is the second document.
sir, there is new term called serverless computing. So can you explain that?
Serverless computing is not it I have introduced. See, when we say serverless computing, so serverless means server and serverless. two are there. Let's say I'll write here server. So let's talk honestly. When you will be honest, it means that there is nothing called serverless. There will be server, 100% there will be server. Now who is using that matters. Let's say there is a user, there is a user, and there is a server. There is a server. This is a server. This is the user. And this server is running by a company, let's say AWS. This server is running by AWS. This is the user. Now this user wants to access something here into the server. For this person, what it will call? Because this person responsibility is not to manage this server. So for this person, it will become serverless. You are not taking, the user is not taking any responsibility to manage this server. Who is taking responsibility? AWS. So for AWS it is server, but for user it is serverless. Let's say if you talk about EC2, what we are doing in EC2, we are going into AWS, we are creating a machine, we are creating an instance. So AWS is coming and telling, if you are the user, you are creating the instance, you will be responsible. So you are saying, okay, I am responsible. So once you are saying, okay, I am responsible, that time it is not serverless, it is server. But AWS is telling, why to take server? If you do have your data, if you do have data, or if you do have your application, why you are going to take the server? Don't take server. I am having server. I'll manage my server. You just bring your data and application, give it to me. I'll host it. For you, it will be
It
completely
will become.
serverless. For user, it will be completely serverless, but server will be there. And there are some services, as you can use Lambda is a serverless computing. You can use something called Elastic Beanstalk. These you can use, right, as a serverless. Even 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 in the database also, in the database, AWS provides you a database called DynamoDB. It is again serverless. So for running this database, they have taken some server, but for user it is serverless, but server used to be there. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Means the output is which server responsibility is not of the user. Let's say if any server is there, if the responsibility is not of the user, we can call it serverless. Okay, understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
When I say responsibility, so what type of responsibility I am talking?
Managing the host request.
Managing the host. Okay, let's say if you need to update, or if you need to upgrade, or if you need to do auto scaling, or if you need to do load balancer, or if you need to
Yes,
do with the
correct.
backup, all these responsibility, whatever the administration work, that will not be your responsibility. That's why, that will not be your responsibility. That's why AWS has introduced two word very frequently. Now it is running, one we used to call managed and one used to call unmanaged. Before serverless, they have introduced these two word, managed and unmanaged. Managed means AWS will manage, unmanaged means user will manage. So if AWS is managing something, of course it will become serverless. If AWS is managing some server for you, so for user it will become Serverless. That's why DynamoDB is the managed database for AWS, and for us it will be serverless. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Perfect. So let's log in into the AWS now. Okay. Guys, everybody please log in into the lab. Just allow me 1 minute. I'll come back. I'll come back. Just give me a minute. Yeah, static and per. Yeah, it's a public. It will be same in all the system. Yeah, all the systems are connected with the same internet, right? So every PC's IP address will be the same. If I'll check my IP, sorry, same. This is the IP, I guess. 124.123.91 only. Yeah, and same. And we can send along with 32. That's it. Uh, /32. Even they will understand. Preeti Singh HRD. हाँ. Mhm. It's online they are conducting here only. Okay, okay. So after 12 I'll be free. 12. ठीक है मैडम. Shall we start, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what I said, we will be doing the same. Whatever we'll discuss, that only we will be doing. The first thing I said, once we create the VPC, three things will get created. First one, now you will be telling me the name. Anybody, what all are the things which are getting created?
Route table.
Route table, very good.
DHCP option set.
DHCP option set, very good. And and for
NACL
security,
access
yes.
control.
Security.
Network access control list. So this will be for security purpose. This will be for distributing the IP address to each resource in the network, and route table will provide the route towards anywhere we have to go. Okay. So when I say guys, when I say public and private, so by default, let's talk about by default, because by default will come so many places. By default, if you create something, let's say if you create a VPC, it will be a private VPC. I am writing private, but it will tell you itself virtual private. Private is there in the between of VPC. This P means private. By default, if you create a network, it will become private only. Remember what I'm saying. By default, if you create any VPC, it will be private only. Or you can say it will be always private. It cannot be public. It will be always private only. So VPC is the virtual private cloud. It is a private. Inside the VPC, what we are creating? Subnets. Subnets may not be public, right? Subnet may be public, may not be public. But now, by default, if you create subnet also, by default, if you create subnet, it will be public or private. Any guess? Any guess? Any guess?
Public.
It will
Public,
be
sir.
private only.
Private only.
It will be private only. So by default, if we create anything in the cloud, everything will be private. Just note it out. By default, if we create anything in the cloud, either VPC or subnet, it will be private only. Yes, you will take paper and you will go. So by default, if we create either it's a VPC or subnet, it will become private, right? But what if you need to make it public? So that is what we will be learning. So the next thing which AWS has introduced you, internet gateway. Internet gateway. Now you can easily understand when I say internet gateway, there is something called internet and second is gateway. So it is a gateway. Let's say this is your network and here it is gateway. It means that if anybody will pass through this gateway, they will get the internet. It is nothing but it is a modem, guys. Modem to get the internet. It is a modem to get the internet. Understand? Internet gateway, it is a modem to get the internet. If you need to get the internet anywhere, you can use this internet gateway. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Shall
Yes,
we
sir.
start the deployment?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the deployment which we are going to do now is we will be having one VPC we will create, and in the VPC we will be creating one subnet as a public subnet, one subnet as a private subnet. In the public subnet we can keep the web server, and in the private subnet we can keep the database server. Either or we can check public private both by connecting with the internet. Where it is giving us the internet, it means that it is public. If it is not giving internet, it is private. That's so simple. All right, so I hope my screen is visible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So here we will search VPC. Guys, you need break or shall we continue? What do you say? Need break or shall we continue?
We will
Continue, sir.
continue, sir, because lab time will over now.
Yeah, very good. So let's continue now. So if you see the existing VPC here, there are two VPC. What should we do with these two VPC? Shall we keep it here or shall we delete everything first? Or we will be using a different name for our resource. Okay? What do you say? So let's be here. Let's keep it here. No need to delete. Either if we want to delete, we can, but it's okay. Let it be here. We will be working for our own. So we'll create a VPC first. We'll give the name of VPC, let's say Tech M Network. Tech Mahindra Network, like that I'll write. Tech M Net. And the CIDR range. What should I use? What will you say, guys? What should I use?
Hmm,
Class B, Class C, whatever you will say, I'll be using here.
Class C, sir.
Class C. So the standard one, I'll use 192.168.1.0/24 that I'm giving to my network. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now this name, TechM, name will be associated to this VPC. Nothing else. Just VPC we are creating. There is one more option, VPC and more, but we are creating a VPC. Let's click here to create the VPC. What did I say? Remember, once you create a VPC, three things will get created with the VPC itself. So Those three things are here. If you see here, are you able to see DHCP option set?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Are you able to see main routing table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this is main network ACL. Now remember, where main is coming, those things will be of VPC. If I say route table, so route table can be of a subnet also. A network ACL can be also of a subnet. But if we are adding main means it is a VPC. Main routing table, main network ACL, it is a VPC only. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we will go into subnets. After creating VPC, we'll go to the subnet. Now we'll create our own subnet. So we'll click here, create subnet. And we will select our own VPC, TakeM VPC. This is my VPC. I'll give the name of subnet. I'll write here private subnet of TakeM. And what we can do is we can create this into one availability zone, which we used to call 2A west 2A. Moving further, this is the network and this is the CIDR range. Now how many subnet we need, guys? How many
Two subnet.
subnet? Two subnet.
255.
So what IP I should
Two
write?
192.168.1.1.
1 dot
1.1. Yes.
1
1.
dot 1 or 1 dot 0?
1.1, sir. Already. Yes.
1.1, sir.
1 dot 0 we have to write.
So 0 for the network. I thought, sir.
So we are writing the subnet ID only, na? That subnet ID. The
Okay, okay, sir.
first one will be the subnet ID only.
Okay, sir.
And remaining, if you say 1.1, 1.1 will be the first valid address. This is
Okay.
your subnet address only.
We got it, sir.
So we kept this and slash how much?
24.
Mm-hmm.
26.
Not
No,
25.
25. Very good.
25.
25.
Okay.
Let's do the same with the another subnet. Add one more subnet. And what should I write here for the second subnet? Public IP. Sorry, public subnet. Public subnet. For which? For TakeM. So now you will be having one TakeM it is. Make TakeM. One confusion you will be having here. The confusion is the same. When I said while creating, this will become the private subnet. So if I'll keep the details here, public subnet, and if I select this to be this time, so this will be created as a public or private.
Right, sir.
Private.
Private only,
Private
sir.
only. By default, it will be private. Later
Private.
on, we will make it public. Okay. Later
Yes,
on,
sir.
we'll make it public. Right now, I'm just giving the name, but by default, it will be private only. Let's write the CIDR range for it. Now, who is telling the CIDR range for this?
26.
26.
Give me the
28.
IP with the means complete range. 192.168.1 dot what and then what?
192.168.1.64/25.
No. You are looking for two subnet, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is our network which we have used, right? It is C class of IP. This network, this network, this network, this is host. So we are telling need two subnet. You will give all the ones here, all the ones here, all the ones here, and then you will take one borrow because you need two subnet, one borrow. 70, 2 to the power n, 2 to the power 1, because interesting octet is having 1 only. So 2 subnet we got. Number of host per subnet, if you will calculate, you will be 2 to the power m minus 2, means 2 to the power m is 7 minus 2 is 126 addresses is coming. So if you divide this subnet, this will start from 192.168.1.0/25, and you see 126 address will be here. It means that 192.168.1.127 will be the last here. That will be the broadcast address here. For the second one, 192.168.1.128 will come here /25, and then 129, 130, 130, like that it will reach to 255. That will be the broadcast address. Understand? So the second subnet is this one,
128. Yes.
128/25. Either or you can do one thing, na, you just try to just search the block size. What is the block size? It will be saying the block size into binary now, sorry, in decimal, it will become 255. This will also 255, this will also 255, but this will become 128. Now you can do just 256 minus 128 will be 128. This is the block size. Minus 2 from the block size, 126, you will get this. Or this block size, you can just write into the block value, means here, right? So 128/25. This is correct. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So let's create the both of the subnet. In 3 addresses AWS will also reserve. So total 123, 123 will come. See how much it is showing. Available addresses 123, 123. One is in US West 2B, one is in US West 2A. By default, both are public or private?
Private, sir.
Private, sir. Private.
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 Now if you want, by default both are private, that is fine. Now you want that one should be public subnet. So for making public subnet, what we are going to do? So let's suppose, first of all, I'll create a routing table. That will be, you can give it public routing table or new route table. A public route table you have given. Now what you will do, you will select your public subnet, and you will say root. This is the routing table. So here you will provide the root only. Then you will provide the root of this public subnet to the internet gateway. So what will happen? You have to create a public routing table. Along with that, you have to create a internet gateway. If you route the traffic of any subnet towards internet gateway, that will become the public subnet. Got the key, guys? If any subnet traffic, if you route it towards internet gateway, that will become public subnet. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So let's
Yes,
say,
sir.
we have done this. Now first thing, we have to create an internet gateway, which is the fourth option in the list. We will click here on the internet gateways, and just you have to create the gateway. Just create internet gateway. Leave what others are here. That is of the that deployment, but we are going to do our own deployment. So we'll create an internet gateway and we'll give the name only. Yes, ma'am, tell me. Uh, Basically, we are in the middle of lab. Hmm. If they need to move, they need to turn off their lab and they need to restart it again. if we can do, but actually we are in the middle of lab. We have done something. Yeah, it will finish in 15, maybe, I'm not sure. नहीं तो भेज दीजिए मैडम से. Send them. So guys, let's write the internet gateway name here. Okay, so I'll just write take aim hyphen IGW. IGW means internet gateway. IGW means internet gateway. Just we have to write the name only to create the modem. That's it. Okay, shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I'll just click here to create the internet gateway. Now my gateway has been created. Gateway has been created, but where will I use this gateway? I did not assign this gateway to any place. Right now I did not assign. That's why you can see it is showing detached. So it means that with which VPC I am going to use this internet gateway. So you will go to actions. After creating, you will click on actions and you click to attach to your network. So this modem you will click to attach with your network. Now you will select your VPC, take MNet. Now why other VPC is not coming here, guys? Any guess? Because they are already have the internet gateway. We are creating our own internet gateway and we are getting only our VPC. It means that only our VPC is not having the internet gateway. We'll click here and then we'll attach the internet gateway. Okay. Done, guys.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mute. All right. So what we did, we have created our internet gateway, or we can call it modem. Now that modem we have connected, we have attached it to our VPC. Means in my VPC any subnet can use. It means out of those two subnet, out of this one subnet and this two subnet, anyone can become the public subnet. Now they are eligible, but what they need, they need a proper route to reach to the internet gateway. So for that, what we have to do is we have to create the route table. So the third option here into the left menu is route table. We'll click on the route table. What happened? So extra what I have done, we have created a internet gateway. Just click on the internet gateway, fourth option, and just click create internet gateway. Give the name like internet gateway for TakeM. Just create this, and once it will be created, you will be getting action on the right side, right corner actions, and you can attach to the VPC. Which VPC? Your own VPC which you have created, attached. From here, I'm going to do next here. Okay, so now you can follow. All right, so now we have to create route table, guys. Now you see, are you able to see the pen screen? Guys, are you able to see
Yes.
the pen screen? So
Yes, sir.
now we have created the internet gateway, but we are not using now. But if you create the route table, So in the route table, you have to create the route for it. You have to create route for it. So you will select your subnet once and you will say your subnet is reachable to internet gateway. That's it. You have to do. So let's create the route table now. So here we will click on route table, which is the third option, and we'll click here to create the route table. Click here to create the route table. We will give the name of route table. Now this route table, by default everything is private. So if we are creating a route table for making one subnet as a public, so we can give the name of this as a public route table. Public route table. So now you are going to provide the route. Now where is your resource? Your resource is in which VPC? So our VPC is TechMnet. This is my VPC, so I'll select my TechMnet VPC. Okay, that's it. And after that you will click to create the subnet. You will click to create the subnet. So you just write public route table, along with that select your VPC and then create the route table. And we will just click here to create the route table. Once your route table will get created, you will get the routes below than that. I hope these routes paths are visible to everybody. It's
Yes,
visible.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
these
Yes.
routes, these route, you see, what is the destination? Destination is 192.168.1.0/24. The destination is your network, nothing but. VPC is only the destination, and target is local, means local network. Status is active and propagate no. What we need to do is we need to route this traffic towards internet gateway, then only your actual public route, actual public subnet will become public. Are you getting my point? If you will route your traffic towards internet gateway, let's make this route table public first of all. Later on we will associate. So we'll click here edit routes. Right side we do have an option called edit routes. And here we will add one more route. Add one more route. Click add one more route. Now the route which we are going to add is, you have to select the target first. What is your target? Target is internet gateway. Click on internet gateway in the target list. Internet gateway. Click on it and then IGW will come by default. Click on IGW. It will give your internet gateway. Click on IGW, it will give your internet gateway. Select it. And after that, the destination is all aware about 0.0.0.0 because it is the internet. It means that we are able to reachable to 0.0.0.0/0 and 0.0.0.0/0 is reachable to us. Means you will be able to access the internet. And this is what you will click here to save the changes. Now, this is the routing table which will provide you the route towards internet. But to whom you are going to associate it, that particular subnet will become public subnet. So you do have the second option in the same subnet association. In the subnet association, if you click on the edit subnet association, then you can see your both subnet. Now which one you want to make it public? Either we have given the name public subnet, so of course we will be selecting the same, but here if any subnet will be coming, you can select that and that particular subnet will become the public subnet. So let's select this public subnet for now and we will click here save association. This is your public subnet. Now, if you see here, we have associated. Now, if you go back to the subnets, both of the subnet is visible here, and both subnet, one is public and one is private. One is public and one is private. This is what we made. Now, one more thing will come into the picture here. Once you made, this is your deployment. This is your deployment. In this deployment, you made it as a private, you made it as a public. For the public, you have created a new routing table, and inside this new routing table you have routed your traffic towards internet gateway. So you made this subnet as a public subnet. But if you create any resource here, if you create any resource here R1, and here one resource you are going to create R2. So by default automatic, if you want that automatic, this resource should get the public IP address because it is into public subnet. Then you have to change the attributes of it. By default, if you create any resource into the public subnet, then it should automatically receive one public IP also. For doing that, are you able to see all the list of subnets, guys?
Yes, sir.
So you will select your public subnet. Select your public subnet once. Select public subnet. Selected.
Yes,
So
sir.
either just open it. Open. See, by just side up the name, there is subnet ID in the blue color. We have to just click on that subnet ID. We have to click on subnet ID, the public subnet which we do have. Click on that subnet ID. It will open like this. All the info of the subnet you will be getting. And in the same, if you will see the route table, you will be seeing it has been routed towards internet gateway. It has routed towards internet gateway. Clear? Now you have to click on actions on the right side, actions, and you have to click on edit subnet setting. We are doing with the public subnet. Edit subnet setting. Open this subnet. The blue color option is there on the right side idea. Yeah, this one. We have to click on right side on actions, and we have to click on edit subnet setting. And then there is an option called auto assign IP setting. Auto assign IP setting. So if you will enable this setting, then it will bring your public IP as a dynamic IP. Public IP as a dynamic IP. This is what the setup we have to do. We have done so far. We have done. Means our deployment we have achieved. Our deployment, whatever we were looking so far, like if we create one network, within the network, let's say if this is your VPC, in the VPC, if you have created two subnet, this is the private subnet, this is the public subnet, this is the public subnet. If you create anything here, it will be not reachable. If you create anything here, it will be reachable to the internet. Let's say resource 1 or resource 1 and 2 we are creating. So this resource will not have internet, but this resource will have internet. Is it clear to everybody? This setup we have done. Now the time is to test. Ready to test, guys?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to EC2 now. Let's go back to EC2. So here some instances are running instance A and B. This has been given for testing that, but let's try from our side whether we are able to create the instance or not. So we'll click here to launch instances, and we'll click here and we will just keep here machine name. So one machine I'll create in public subnet, one machine I'll create into the private subnet. So first of all, I'll create the machine into the public subnet. So we will call it as a public machine because I'm creating into the public subnet. I'll select the subnet while creating. Public machine name I have given, and we can select the windows as usual because we'll connect and we'll able to check it out. Next one is your 2020. Which one we are using generally? 2022
Two base.
base. We will be using the same, and we can create a key pair as per our need. Key pair T2 micro and create a key pair. We'll create a key pair and we can call public machine key pair. And we can just create this key pair and we can use this key pair for both of the machine. If you want, you can use for Is it for everybody, guys? My screen has been frozen for everybody.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
All right, all right. After creating the key pair, now here is the option to select the subnet under the network setting. So you will edit this option and you will select your VPC. First is your VPC. You will click here. You will select your TechMnet VPC and then your subnet. Subnet is your public subnet and auto assign IP. Auto assign IP should be enabled. Why it should be enabled? Because in the public subnet it should get the public IP. It is enabled coming by default, right? I just did not tick there proper. I came back, that's why for me it was coming disable. But if you go back to subnet attributes and modify, it will come enable automatically, right? So auto assign public IP should be enabled, and then you can create a security group. You can give the name my network security group. Something for your public machine you can add. And this security group you can create here. And RDP is necessary for us, as we all know, because we want to connect this to the our local machine. That's it we have to do. Let's try to launch and check whether we are having permission to launch or not. Wow, finally achieved. We do have permission, guys. We are able to launch, right? Done, guys. What we did,
Yes, sir.
we have created one resource as a machine in the public subnet. Now what will you do? You will go back again EC2 instance and again you will create one more machine. And this time we will be creating in which subnet? Public or private?
Private. Private, sir.
Private subnet machine. So let's say I'll write private machine. Private machine. And again I'll select the same Windows Server 2022 base. 22 base and instance type T2 micro and key pair we can use same, no need to use multiple key pair and all, one is also enough. Key pair is also same. In the network setting we have to just modify the same network and subnet will be this time private subnet. So what will happen, your machine will be created inside the private subnet. Auto assign IP, if machine is into private, why to assign a public IP? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Done? Done, guys?
Yes, sir.
So auto assign is disabled. And if you want you can just keep it as it is. A security group name you can say my NSG2, or if you want to use the last one you can use, but let's go ahead with the new itself and we can launch this machine. So I said if your machine is into public subnet it will get the internet. If it is in private subnet it will not get the internet. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's have a output. How many of you have done, guys? Let me see it. How many of you have done? Can you just send a
Sir,
small message to me? Done in
sir,
the
can
chat
you
box.
repeat the subnet part? Little bit.
Which part?
The subnets. How you created the private and public subnet? What are the IP addresses?
See, it is you are asking a very big question, Shrestha. It's been, last 2 days we were learning the same, how to write the IP addresses and how to write the ranges, along with that, how to create, subnets and all. Yesterday also the session
No, no,
was
sir.
related to the
Just
same.
this part I'm talking about. When we created the VPC, right? We
Okay.
are going to the IPC. Oh, subnet, sorry.
So guys, this is not for everybody. This is only for Shrestha. Please do not follow anything. So I'm just going to show you once again how to create the VPC, subnet and routing table, everything again. Or let me bring the output,
Yes,
Shrestha.
sir.
Let me bring the
Yeah,
output and after that I'll show you. Okay.
yes, sir. Sir,
And
just can you click on the public machine and private machine, and I just
Yes, yes,
want
yes.
the address.
Yes, yes, Ritvik, auto assign IP will be disabled. Auto assign IP will be disabled for the private machine. And here I can see only two of you said done. Guys, guys, only two of you are doing. Seriously. See, Srestav, private machine will not have public IP address here. Can you see this?
So
Okay. And
just a second. Yes,
and
yes, yes.
and private machine will not have public IP address. It's a blank, but your public machine will have private and public both. Now, one best thing if you will come to know here, you will get shocked. Now, I said we have created, I said we have created two subnet. Let's see guys, let's see here. The output has been given to us. We have created a VPC here. In the VPC, our first subnet is this one. Our second subnet is this one. We have called it as a private subnet. We have called it as a public subnet. Now you need to tell me the range of which subnet range, whatever we have given. Anybody? What is the range we have used for both of the subnet? 192.168.1.1 dot what?
1.0.
For private one, I'm
Right.
asking.
Right.
Private one is 1.0/25, correct?
Yes,
25.
sir.
No.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
For public one, it was 192.168.1.128 slash
25.
25. So
25.
Okay,
out of this range, check it out, your machine will get IP address in between of 1 to 127. The last digit of your IP means either 192.168.1.1 to 127 or 126 we can say. This you will be getting of the IP of private machine. For the public machine, the last digit will be from 128 to 254. In between of it will come. So if I'll verify from here, private machine, private IP is 1.121. Can you see this 1.1, 1.21?
Yes, sir.
So the
Yes.
21st IP is assigned to this machine, right? Out of how much? 123. Out of 123, it has assigned the 21st number of IP. Like the same, if you select the public machine, so this public machine's private IP is 1.230, means from 128 to 254 in between of it, it has assigned 230 to us. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Sir,
now
now it's
as
clear.
now
Now
if
it's
I
clear.
tell you, now if I tell you, if you will connect the public machine and check whether internet is coming or not, so for that you do have public IP address. So let's connect and check it out. Public machine. Let's click on connect, as we all know how to connect. Select public machine, click on connect, click on RDP client. RDP client. Ignore this, the error which is coming on the top as a red. Ignore this. And here we can just get the password. You all know how to connect the Windows machine, guys.
Ye-
So here we go. We will upload the private key file and we'll decrypt it and we'll copy the password and we'll download the remote desktop file and we will connect it. We'll give the password and OK and click on yes. And now your machine will get connected, and now you need to check whether you are getting internet or not. How to check internet is coming or not? On the right side, one internet logo will come, as we are getting the internet as a Wi-Fi and all, like the same one logo will come of internet. Either or you can use the Microsoft Edge to do the Google. You can search something out. See, now everything we have done from top to bottom along with our own network, right? We have created our own network. In that network, we kept one machine. Like the same, you can keep 123 machine also. Now we can keep 122 only because we have created one. Are we getting internet? Just do yes here. Internet is coming, guys. Are we getting internet? Everyone, please
Yes, sir.
confirm. Correct.
Yes.
So internet is coming. We have connected this machine. What did I say? What did I say? Now let's come back to the next. This machine is having internet. Let's talk about private once again. When I say your private machine, guys, our private machine is having internet. Sorry, our private machine. Our private machine. I'll write complete. Our private machine is having public machine was having both IP, public IP and private IP both, right? Private IP both it was having. But what about private machine? What type of IP it is having only?
Private
Private,
IPs.
only
IP.
private IP. Only private IP. Let's go to the instances and click on the private machine. So this private machine is not having the public IP. It means that it is having only private IP. So if from outside of the AWS, means our system is connected to the internet, our physical machine is connected to the internet. Can we access this IP, the private IP? Can we access, guys? Say yes or no.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Can
Private.
we connect private machines?
Yes, sir.
No.
We can
Yes,
connect.
sir. We can connect.
Yes, sir.
Private IP is reachable on the internet. Private
No,
IP
sir.
is reachable?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So how will
No.
you connect it? Private IP is not reachable on internet. It means that if you will try to connect by using this private IP, let's say we'll copy this, we'll click on connect option. If we go to RDP, if we just get the password from here, and if you select the same key pair, and we will decrypt the password now, and if you download the remote desktop file and if you open this file, you cannot connect to this machine. This will not ask the password even because 192.168.1.21 is not reachable. Understand, guys? We cannot connect to this machine. Is it clear? We
Yes, sir. God.
cannot connect.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
But we can connect. Now you will be saying, just now you said no, now you are saying you can connect. Yes, you can connect, but how you will connect? We
Within a
cannot
network,
connect.
we can, sir.
We cannot connect, but that machine can connect. If in the public subnet there is a machine and there is a private subnet, there is a machine. So they are in the network itself. They are the part of the same network. Means if somebody from this public subnet will try to connect to this private machine, they can connect. Are you getting my point?
Yes,
If
sir. Within a network,
someone,
we can connect.
yes, if someone from public subnet, means our public machine can connect to that private machine. Who can connect? Our public machine. So this is our public machine. Are you able to see my public machine now?
Yes, sir.
Here we'll
Yes,
search
sir.
RDP. Here we'll search RDP. Or you can also press Windows plus R and you can type MSTSC. You can open RDP here, remote desktop connection. And in the computer now you will be keeping the same private IP address. Which private IP address? The private machine private IP address will copy and will go back to this virtual machine. Will paste the private IP and the username, as you all know, by default it used to be administrator. Administrator. Clear? So this is what it will come. This is your private IP address and the username is administrator. Now you will click to connect. Connect. And then this will ask the password. This will ask the password. So now the password is here. We have decrypted last time, so the password is here. We can paste it here directly and we can click on OK. And yes, now we can connect with the private machine. Now private machine is here. Now you need to tell me whether the private machine is getting the internet or not. How to check it? I'll tell you how to manage also. Are you able to see the top blue part? Top blue part here, ever blue part on my screen. So you can switch. You can switch from one machine to another machine by clicking here. Okay. So you can even check by the IP address. If it is starting from 192, it means that that is your private IP. So on my screen, this is my private machine which I am opening now. If I need to go public, I'll minimize it. Simple. On the above minimize option is there. I can click here to minimize. Okay. So let's wait for few seconds. The internet signal will get it here. Just do yes. Here you can see. Are we getting internet? No.
No.
No internet. Means in your private machine, we will not get the internet because it is into private subnet. In public machine, we will get the internet because it is into the public subnet. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And you can see also, let's see from the screen, if this is my private machine, if I'll minimize from here, this is my public machine. Here I'm getting internet. You can change the, wallpaper. How to change the wallpaper? Display setting,
Personalize.
personalize, sorry. Okay, personalize. This machine is slow, whether it will personalize or not. Okay, personalize. And let's take this one. Okay, this is our public one so that we can easily identify. This is our public machine where this girl is running. Are you able to see this girl on the screen? She
Yes,
is
sir.
running beside the sea. And who wants to go there?
Sai Kumar.
Sai Kumar. All right. So this is the public subnet. It is reachable. This machine is into public subnet. It is reachable. So if Sai Kumar has to go, he can go because it is in public. But this one is private. Private one is minimized one. This machine is private machine, right? Here we don't have internet. This is the deployment that we have done so far. Now I'll bring you back again to the same pane screen to see we have done the lab has been done, guys, and you have tested whether internet is coming or not. So I'll just verify one more time and I'll give you the agenda for tomorrow also.
Sir, one doubt,
Tomorrow,
sir.
yeah,
Sir, just one question.
Sir,
yes,
about the keypad.
about the key
Sir,
pair, yes, please. See, a single key pair we can use for multiple resource if you will
Yes, sir.
attach.
No, sir. I'm asking. I have created .pm. Sorry, .pk file,
Dot
RDP file. So if I want to PM, how I can do that? Sir?
if you want to get PEM
Yes.
from PPK PEM, I did not check here before it. From PEM to PPK, I have checked it. But
Yes.
from
Yes, sir.
PPK to PEM, you can do Google. Either I think there will be some option in the putty gen itself to convert as a PEM.
Citizen has this option.
You can check it on internet. I did not check it before because mostly we are downloading .pem and we are converting into PPK, or even if I don't know, I will also check along with you how to convert
Yeah, Putigen.
PPK to PEM. Puttigen only, right?
Yes, sir.
But
Yeah.
how? Open Puttigen under action dot p select the ppk file which you want to convert, clear the key pass and frame password, select the save. Array same, just keep the extension same. Okay, done. Done, guys.
Sir,
Let's,
one question.
yes, please.
Sir, if we are creating two subnet, let's just say two private or two public subnet,
Yeah,
so can they interact with each other? Like, can they share files? And
yes, of course you can. This is the purpose of public. Na? In public, you can share from anywhere, right? You can share from your own PC to that PC also because it is public. You can share. You both are. Your PC is in internet, but in private it is local. So locally, if it is into the same network, you consider that there is a physical connection inside the AWS.
okay, sir.
Got it?
Answer, answer in public, both of the subnet are accessible to internet.
If both public subnet is, if subnet is public subnet, of course, either 1 or 2 or 10, all will be having internet and we can reach there and they can reach us. Okay. See,
Okay, sir.
as we are creating, let's say, you know the calculation. You know the calculation. If you need 2 subnet, 4 subnet, 8 subnet, 16 subnet, how many subnet you need? You know that how to take borrow and how to do it. 2 to the power. It's all about the borrowing. 1 borrow 2, 2 borrow 4, 3 borrow 8, 4 borrow 16 subnet will come. Right? Out of it, all the subnet you have created the public routing table. Now you can attach all the subnets to that routing table. All the subnet will become public subnet. Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's see the deployment which we made in the next, which we have to achieve, which we have to achieve. Now we have created one VPC. In this VPC, we have created one private subnet and one public subnet. Now what we did in the public subnet, how we made it public? We have created a public routing table. Inside the routing table, we have created a route, and that route has been routed towards internet gateway, and that gateway is nothing but it will give the access of internet. This deployment we have done so far. Clear?
Yes,
But
sir.
sometime right now in our machine which is into private subnet, that machine is not having internet. You all believe or not?
Sir, hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, uh, just be seen that the private machine that we created earlier is not having a internet, but uh, we just take the resources kind of EC2 for the RDMMS and all services we installed over there, and we store our data over there. So we need the internet to download the RDMS and all.
So that I have told you in the morning itself, right? That we have to achieve. And that is what I am going to tell you now. You seen that internet is not there in the private machine, right? Have you seen that or not?
Yes, sir.
Now I am telling this setup in the public subnet, we have created a routing table and we have routed our traffic towards internet gateway, and we started to get the internet in the public subnet. So our resource is having internet. That is what I am telling. And but now, as you said, there will be some DBMS software or some other tools which we are keeping into the private subnet. How to upgrade them, how to update them without internet. So
Yes,
I
sir.
am telling we are going to give the internet to the private subnet also. Now we are going to give internet, but on internet the people will come to know the traffic is coming from this public one only, but actual traffic will be coming from private. This was the setup which we have to achieve here. So now what we have to do is, now there is a concept in the cloud and out of the cloud, that we used to call
These
network
networking.
address translation. Network
Oh,
address
oh,
translation. So network address translation translates, it will translate, where is N? Translates private IP to the public IP. That is the network address translation. Whatever your private IP it is, it will translate into public IP. That translation is NAT.
okay. Sir, also there's something called breeze networking.
Bridge networking is different. Bridge networking is different. Bridge network is different than this. See, it is related to the same, but for now, bridge networking, I'll tell you after this. Once let me finish this, and after that, I'll tell you the bridge networking also, right?
Okay, sir.
So now, you can say this is the concept of bridge, but not fully. This is the concept of bridge, but not fully. I'll tell you why. Let's complete this first. So we are using NAT here, network address translation. It means that the simply what you are going to do is you have your VPC. In the VPC, you do have public subnet, you do have private subnet. So let's say this is private and this is public. Public we have done, there is nothing into the public. Now in private, when we have created this VPC, then three things has been created if you can remember. One of them was routing table also. In that routing table was main routing table. Now what you have to do is, in this you have to create a NAT gateway. NAT gateway. Once you'll create the NAT gateway, then you will route your traffic into the main routing table, because we have associated this public subnet with the new routing table, which is public routing table. That is separate. Now the private routing table is still the part of main routing table. Private subnet is still the part of main routing table. It means that you have to create a NAT gateway and you have to route the traffic towards NAT gateway. You have to create a route table and you have to route the traffic towards NAT gateway, as we have done with the internet gateway for getting internet. Here you will create the NAT gateway to get the access of internet. But if you create the NAT gateway, you will create the NAT gateway towards public or private. Here you will create towards public
Big.
subnet. Public subnet. Let's do it now. Let's do it because we don't have that much time now. So we will go back to the VPC again. VPC again. And in the VPC, I'm telling, in the VPC, we have our routing table. So what is our VPC? Anybody can give me the name of our VPC?
First one, sir, take
First
YMNet.
one is take mnet. So we'll select the first one. Either or, you can bring your cursor towards right. Okay. So these three things are visible. Can you see this? This one, and this one. DHCP option set, main routing table, and main network ACLs are visible. If I tell you to use main routing table, you can come here and you can click on the same. That's it. Now, in the left menu, where is the NAT gateway? Left menu, where is the NAT gateway? It is into the
Second
virtual
last.
private cloud, the second last. NAT gateway is visible.
Yes, sir.
We have to click on NAT gateway. Straight away NAT gateway. Click the NAT gateway first. Now here you have to create NAT gateway. And here you have to give the name of NAT gateway. My NAT gateway for private, PRIVAT, private subnet. Private subnet. My NAT gateway private subnet. Okay. Now you can select a subnet. Now you have to tell me which subnet I'll select. Which one?
Private, sir.
Private here or public?
Private, sir.
We do have private subnet taken, we do have private public subnet taken. So that is what I'm telling. You will get the internet into the private subnet, but if somebody will from outside, they will check who is this person or from where the traffic is coming. So it will show the public one only. Here you must have to select public subnet. Do not select private, neither it won't work. You will not get the internet, because internet anyhow it will come from the public subnet side to the private, and in the private one you will get the internet from the public, and outside world will think the internet or this particular person or IP is coming from the public subnet, but it will not be actually it will be coming from private. Elastic IP allocation is important here, so you have to allocate one elastic IP here. Click allocate elastic IP. Now it has translated. Now your private IP, whatever it will come, it will be translated to this IP. This IP. So if you will be bringing up, uh, Deepak, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what I am telling you, if you will bring multiple IP here, 1 IP, 2 IP, 3 IP, 4 IP, 5 IP, and this entire IP you are passing through a single public IP, and entering outside. So this
Yes,
will
sir.
work as a bridge here, right? Because
Yeah.
all the traffic is passing through. These people are private people, private IPs, but in between of it there is a bridge. We are passing them through this public IP, right? Outside of the people will reach to this bridge only. They cannot, even just beside the bridge there will be the public subnet of that network. They will come and they will go here. They will not go to this one, right? So now
Yes.
if I tell you we are creating this subnet, sorry, we are creating this NAT gateway, we have to select public subnet here, and we have to allocate one elastic IP address, and we have to create the NAT gateway. Done. Now we have to go to our VPC, and select the route table of our VPC, because a route table of VPC you select, or you can go to your private subnet, click on private subnets, go to the subnet, select the private subnet, and in the private subnet, if you go to the route table, this is subnet, and here it is route table. Either you can come like this here, you can modify this routing table, or this is the main routing table. You can see in the last what we are getting, 4A8. 4A8 is the name of routing table here. If you go to the VPC also, if you select this VPC, you will be getting the same name. 4A8 is the routing table. So either you can go to the subnet to select the same routing table, or you can do it by your VPC, because right now the routing table which we are going to use is associated only with the private subnet. So you have to select this which is associated to your private subnet or your VPC. You have to open this, and you have to just see the subnet association. What subnet it is showing? Private subnet only, right? So this one we have to route it towards NAT gateway. We'll add a route, and here we will be selecting NAT gateway, and in the NAT we will be selecting our NAT now, and here we can keep 0.0.0.0, and we will save the changes. Now you will get the internet in the private machine also. So either we have to go back to the machine and we have to wait for 2 minutes, or else you can disconnect and reconnect again. So first of all, I'll show you the public machine. So this is the public machine. We are getting the internet, right? We are getting the internet in public machine, and this is our private machine. In private machine, we got the internet now. You can check it out now. We're getting internet in public now. Can you see this sign?
Yes, sir.
So now we got the internet. Is it clear to everybody? Now you can update your resource proper, and then you can go back to NAT gateway. You can remove the NAT again, so that for some time, for some period of time, you will be able to reach to the internet, and after that you can remove. Now if I'll say, if I'll show you the IP address of this machine, the public IP address of this machine will show that elastic IP which we have allocate. So it is converting private to public. Means first you can say public to public and private, like that. That will show you either directly. We can check it out from here. Let's say if I'll minimize it, you go back to the elastic IP address into the same list, elastic IP address. For the NAT we have used this, right? So this is the IP address. It will show up the machine. The private machine public IP address will come this. Is it clear, guys? Anyone is having any doubt? Tell
Nothing,
me.
sir.
Sir,
Yes, please.
repeat from sir route table, sir. This.
Route table. Yes. So in the route table, what we are doing, let's say, I'll show you from here. Let's say, let's suppose this is your VPC, right? And in the VPC there are two subnet. This is one subnet, this is one subnet. This is private subnet, this is public subnet. For this public subnet, you have created a new routing table called private routing table. Now this subnet, you have associated. Initially what happened? Just think initially. Once you have created this wala VPC, then what happened? One route table also has been created, and we used to call that route table as a main route table. Now this main route table is associated to this VPC. It means that it was associated with both of the subnet. But separately you have created a public routing table and you have connected your public subnet here. It means that now in the main routing table only one subnet is associated, which is nothing but private subnet. Neither, if you don't want to use main routing table, you can create another private routing table and you can route your traffic towards internet gateway and you can attach to the private. You can do that also, but it has created already for use purpose only, so you can use this with the private subnet. And here what we did, if you see this NAT gateway, we have created a NAT gateway here by selecting the public subnet. Public subnet of TechM, and here we have given the NAT gateway something, and we have allocated one IP and we have created. Now gateway this gateway you will be using in the routing table. Now you can create your own routing for private one, or you can use the existing one. So if you see your subnet, if you go to the private subnet, this is our private subnet. You can attach, we can see here private subnet, and we can select the route table. Under the route table, you can see this is the route. So you can modify this, edit route table association directly. You can modify from here rather than going back to VPC and doing that. You can select the private subnet and you can edit here, and we have routed it towards NAT gateway only. That's why this machine is getting internet now. This public one is getting internet, and this private one is also getting internet. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Anybody is
Yes,
having any doubt, guys?
sir. If we want to create this as a project,
Okay.
how can we show it?
So if you need to the you need to show as a project, then you need to just specify everything while using all the IP set. What is the benefits of using it? What is the security breaches maximum it is possible in that, and how it is very much secured. You have to specify each points, and mostly this is the hybrid model we are using in the companies nowadays. 98% deployment is based on the hybrid model. Now this is a kind of, you can say, practice, right? This is a kind of practice of this deployment. And if you need to see the actual deployment, where in one subnet we can create a machine where we can keep the web server, another subnet we can create database. So we can try accessing by keeping this project, because this is happening, and we should know about it. So whenever you are writing a project, you need to write the project outcome.
Okay, sir.
And if you can provide somewhat more security, as of the resources has been given, you will be able to get the benefit of that project. Coming back to the topic, guys, as you can see, we have completed this VPC, subnet, route table, internet gateway. These four option I have completed from the top one. Along with that, that DHCP option set, elastic IP address, and NAT gateway. Now we have to see manage prefix list, peering connection, egress only, internet, carrier gateway. All these options we have to see in the security network ACL security group. Already we know. In private link lattice we will see DNS firewall, network firewall, VPN. All these things we have to see now. So this is the basic part of your networking, and this is what it has been given in this chapter. Why? Because if you go back to your this home, and if you see here, so the networking has been given in two segment. The first segment is into here networking on the sixth module, and check the fifth module also, AWS networking services in the middle. It is the fifth module from last. I hope it is visible to everybody, AWS networking services. So some part I have covered here, remaining part we will be covering under the AWS networking services, right?
Okay, sir.
And tomorrow we'll verify the document, and we will complete the KC, and we'll mark this basic networking as a complete, so that we can move into the security from tomorrow itself. All right.
Sir, what is the last KC we have done?
Last KC is of introduction to networking.
Okay. Okay, sir.
And everybody, guys, everyone, please complete how many cases you can do of this networking, because almost we have covered. There are few theoretical things are there about few commands, networking commands, and some of additional protocols that we'll be discussing tomorrow. So tomorrow at the end of the day, this networking part will get over. So from next day, means tomorrow is today is 5, tomorrow is 6. So from Friday itself, we will start the security part.
So can you share docs?
Docs of what?
Uh, Networking, Linux, and Foundation.
Documents are
Already.
KC.
Yeah, sir, documents.
Okay, see, it is also in your system, in your account, right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
already
But sir,
possible.
I want to print them.
You want to print them means?
I want to print those documents and keep with